Hey everyone, this is James and welcome back to Pokemon Crystal. Last time we got our starter Pokemon, which is not Everglade, but it's a Totodile. On this episode, we're going to go to Mr. Pokemon's house and we're going to receive an item, which is a Pokemon egg. I don't know why I said item because they already tell you what it is. I believe so, I don't know. But now we're at Route 30 and of course we run into a Pokemon like right off the bat. And we get another Pidgey. Now, Pokemon here are a little bit stronger than the ones at Route 29, so if you want a little bit more of a challenge and you didn't really get a level up from the last route, then here you go, have a stronger Pokemon, I guess. Even though level 3 is what you would find in Route 29. But you would find level 5 Pokemon, so that's something to keep in mind, and I took that out in 3 strikes. That's good, and we are almost out at level 7. Oh boy, I am really good at talking. So go in here, and this guy talks to you. You know, Pokemon eat berries. Well, my Pokemon got healthier by eating a berry. Here, I'll share one with you. And we get another berry. That's why I came in here. So it's really good to stock up on berries early game, but after a while, it's not really important. And we go in here, we get another berry, so we have 3 berries now, so that's interesting. In the remakes, this guy actually stops you and tells you, hey, have an apricorn box. Jeez, I am all over the place today. So, yeah, I was trying to say apricorn, but my mindset kept on saying, no, say apricot, you dumb. And we get a little Caterpie. It's a new Pokemon we have never found before. Again, we will go over Pokemon when we get Pokeballs. I am not really trying to go over everything all at once, but I want to go over stuff when I get a Pokeball. And when I do get a Pokeball, I will be going over things as much as possible. So, anyways, what Caterpie is doing is String Shot. And String Shot pretty much just slows me down. It makes me second when it comes to battling, and it's not fun. But now Everglade knows Rage. Rage is not a good move. I don't like Rage. Rage is not really a good move for me because a Pokemon needs to hit you while you're using Rage, and it's not good. And sometimes it just doesn't work. I don't know why. It's really weird, and I don't recommend using it unless you're trying to catch a Pokemon and you want to weaken it a little bit more. Then yeah, go right ahead. Oh my god. How many times am I gonna run into a Pokemon? I'm at level 7 right now. I don't need to be training up anymore. Level 7 is a really good point where I want to say, hey, this is good enough. I don't need to train up anymore. But over here, we get another berry tree, and it's a PSN Cure Berry. A PSN Cure Berry is basically an antidote, and antidotes and such as that cures poison. So that's pretty good. Oh, hello, you must be James. Professor M said that you would visit. This is what I want Professor M to examine. We receive a mystery egg. I know a couple who run Pokemon daycare service. They gave me that egg. I was intrigued, so I sent a mail to Professor Elm. For Pokemon evolution, Professor Elm is the authority. Even Professor Oak here recognizes that. If my assumption is correct, Professor Elm will know it. Ah, so you're James. I'm Oak, a Pokemon researcher. I was just visiting my old friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon. Let's see. I see. I understand why Professor Elm gave you a Pokemon for this errand. To researchers like Professor Elm and I, Pokemon are our friends. He saw that you would treat your Pokemon with love and care. Ah, you seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of the Pokédex. It automatically records data on the Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. James received Pokédex. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokédex. But I've stayed too long. I have to get to Goldenrod for my usual radio show. James, I'm counting on you. Alright. You're returning Professor Elm here. Your Pokemon should have some rest. So yes, the Pokédex is pretty much, if you catch a Pokemon, it will be recorded in the Pokédex, and it's basically a fundamental in Pokemon. And we get a phone call from Professor Elm. Hello, James. It's a disaster. It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no. Please get back here right now. So now with that phone call, we need to go back to Professor Elm to see what's going on. Now, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna go. Yeah, my God, I love talking today. It's such a fantastic thing. But I'm not gonna be completing the Pokédex. I don't think anyone does, anyways, unless they really want to. I'm not gonna be completing the Pokédex because there are Pokemon in this game where you cannot catch. I don't think they count mythical Pokemon such as Celebi and Jirachi. Jirachi doesn't even exist yet, but I'm just using Jirachi as an example. But yeah, I don't think they count those as Pokédex completions because those are really hard to get and it'd be really annoying. Why am I going in here? It would be really annoying if Game Freak just said, hey, guess what? Go catch this Pokemon. Even though you can't catch it. So yeah, it makes sense not to use mythical Pokemon. You got a Pokemon at the lab? What a waste, a wimp like you! Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. And this is our first trainer battle. It's also a rival battle. Because you don't know it's your rival battle yet. You don't know it's your rival yet, but it is a rival battle. And your first trainer battle. So you send up Chikorita, I send Everglade. So this is what it basically is. If you try to run, you cannot run from a trainer battle. So you need to fight. I'm gonna use Leer because I need to. And I forgot to put a berry on Everglade. I took off a berry because I was afraid that I was gonna be using it like while I was fighting wild Pokemon, but I completely forgot to put it back on Everglade. I don't know if you lose this and he just leaves or if you gotta fight him, but now since he got Leer 2 times, I'm gonna scratch see how much that does. Does a good amount. Also this Chikorita does not have a berry. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it doesn't have a berry. And it missed. Yeah, moves can miss. Like Tackle. Scratch cannot miss because Scratch is a 100% accuracy. But Tackle on the other hand, it can miss like 5% of the time. And we got completely lucky, so... Yes, Are you happy you won? Yes, I am. Give me your money. Thank you. My name is... I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. And he shows me a sign and he runs away. Alright then. I'm gonna go ahead and go back and heal, even though I could just go all the way back to Professor Elm's lab and heal, but you never know. You never know what will happen. So anyways, get that healed, and I will see you guys back at Professor Elm's lab. Now we're back at Professor Elm's lab, and we have someone here. I heard Pokemon was stolen here. I was just getting some information from Professor Elm. Apparently, it was a young male with long red hair. What? You battled a trainer like that? Did you happen to get his name? Yes, I did. I am going to name it after Raster, because he named the rival after me, so it's only fair to do the same thing to him. If I can find the T, that'd be great. Thank you, Raster. I don't know if I can't. Oh well. I think it's gonna have to be Raster, I believe. And if I do mess up, I can just revert to a save, so it's fine. James, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? James handed the mystery egg to Professor Elm. This? I just like that. It's just this. But is it a Pokemon egg? If it is a great discovery. What? Professor O gave you a Pokédex. James, is that true? That's incredible. He's a superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. Wow, James, you may have what it takes to become the champion. You seem to be getting on great with Pokemon too. You should take on the Pokemon Gym Challenge. The closest gym would be the one in Violet City. James, the road to the championship will be a long one. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to your mom. Alright, and we leave and he stops us again. James, use these on your Pokédex quest. And we get Pokeballs, so now I can go over Pokemon. I could have beforehand, but I didn't want to. Basically because I was lazy. Throwing a Pokeball at wild Pokemon to get them. James put the Pokeball in the blah blah blah. Thank you. You have a good day, sir. And we could just walk away from our hometown, but I don't want to be called in the middle of the route and say, hey, you didn't tell me anything. So we're gonna talk to our mom. Wow, that's a cute Pokemon. Where did you get it? So you're leaving on an adventure. Okay, I'll help too. But what can you do? What can I do for you? I know, I'll save money for you. On a long journey, money is important. Do you want me to save your money? No. No? Be careful. Pokemon are your friends. You need to work as a team. Now go on. I don't like it when she saves my money because she spends it sometimes on useless stuff that I don't really care for. Such as Pokédolls and whatnot. But sometimes she does buy items, I believe. And to just be safe, I'm not going to give her any of my money. So, I've seen you a couple times. How many Pokemon have you caught? Would you like me to show you how to catch Pokemon? No. Oh, fine then. Anyway, if you want to catch Pokemon, you have to walk a lot. Basically, you have to walk a lot. I'm going to show you how to catch Pokemon, maybe, sooner, if I want a Pokemon that I see. The first Pokemon is a Pidgey, and Pidgeys are, you know, they're pretty much how you expect them. They're starter birds you would find in any route in any game when you first start. And I want to say that Pidgey is very average. It's not the best Pokemon you would find, but it's not the worst. The only problem is when you evolve it to a Pidgeotto and then a Pidgeot, the only good move it can learn, like a really good move, not really good move, but the strongest move it can learn is Wing Attack. And Wing Attack has 60 power, so that's pretty much the only thing you'll get from a Pidgeot. It can also know Mirror Move once you fully evolve it, but Mirror Move, I believe, is just not that good because most of the time you're going to be using a same type as the Pokemon that's using it. So like Flamethrower on a Charizard, it's not going to work out. It's really weird. I think the only time a Mirror Move would be useful if like a Pokemon is like maybe a Grass type using an Ice type move, which I never heard of. But it's just, Pidgey is just not really a Pokemon I would like to go for. Next Pokemon, which is worse than a Pidgey, is a Rattata. Rattata is pretty much a Pokemon you would use early on and just dump like after a while. Even when it becomes Eradicate, because after a while, Eradicate just becomes really frail, and every time you send it out, like after 2 hits, it's just gone. It just doesn't work out. Well, that's my experience with them, but if I want to use a Rattata, I would evolve to Eradicate and use it until the 4th gym, because the 4th gym has a very big problem with normal types. So if you're gonna use a Rattata, just keep that in mind, and just like if you're really keen on using it throughout the whole game, it's not bad, but it is frail and it can pretty much go down in from any situation you have a danger of, to say it for the very least. Now, the next Pokemon, where everyone loves its evolution but doesn't really love the Pokemon itself. I don't know why. I'm probably thinking of it wrong, but it's a Sentret. Sentret, I personally love. It's a good Pokemon if you know how to use it. Even Furs, for some reason, they're very bulky. They kind of hold their own even in like late game of. When I used it, it was really good, and it's just weird. It can be used as an HM slave. It knows Surf for some reason. I don't know how it would. Maybe it's because it's 6 feet tall when it evolves, and basically, it's just a really good HM slave. But if you don't want to use it as an HM slave, then it's a very dependable Pokemon. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It can really die from a fighting type move. But if you can actually find a good use for a Sentret, then it's a really solid Pokemon for your team. I kind of recommend it. Next Pokemon, we have Hoothoot. Some people say Hoothoot, and I stopped talking to them because I don't like that kind of heresy. But no, seriously, I call it Hoothoot. Other people might call it differently, but I think Hoothoot is a good enough Wow, it's a good enough name for it. Okay, I'm not good at speech. Don't worry about it. But anyways, Hoothoot is a really good Pokemon in my opinion, because even though it's also like a starter bird, you know, like in Gen 2, it gives you like 2 choices when it comes to picking out Pokemon. When it comes to like starting birds, you can pick like both of them if you wanted to. But I believe Hoothoot is a better Pokemon. The only thing is, it's weird with its attack and special attack. So its attack is like lower than its special attack, but it actually focuses a lot more on special defense, which is probably because it is really good with psychic type stuff. But what's weird is that it is not a psychic flying type. It is a flying normal type, which is really weird because it would know Confusion and Hypnosis. I don't know why Game Freak chose to just make it a flying normal type. They should have at least made its evolution a psychic flying type. That's my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. But what's good about this Pokemon is that it knows Hypnosis at a very low level, and that can be really useful early game. Even though Hypnosis has a 55% chance of hitting, it's still a pretty good move if your Hoothoot is bulky enough to take a few hits until you hit Hypnosis. And last Pokemon you can find here, which I did not know that you can find here without looking it up. You can actually find a Hoppip here at level 5. Not level 5, level 3 I meant to say. The encounter rate is 5%, but its level is 3. It's a flying grass type Pokemon, which is a very interesting typing. I think it's the only flying grass type Pokemon in Gen 2. I might be wrong about that, but the typing is pretty much good. But I do have to say this, Hoppip doesn't know anything at this level. Hoppip only knows Splash, and if you want to train this up, you're gonna have a hell of a time to try to train this up at a decent level. I think it knows Tackle at like maybe level 10, but that's already a very high level for it to know a basic attacking move. I don't recommend catching this Pokemon unless you are really keen on training it up. If you want to train it up, its attacking power is still not that good. I would recommend picking out another grass type Pokemon. If you have a Chikorita, just skip out on it. You have a grass type, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, with that out of the way, after I explain a lot of things about other Pokemon, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss any Pokemon. I'm hoping I didn't miss any Pokemon. We can go this way. We could have gone this way anytime, any place, anywhere. You can't climb ledges, but you can jump down from them to take a shortcut. There's pretty much foreshadowing into this route. Route 46, we skipped a lot of numbers. Yes, we see ledges here and we cannot climb them. I don't know if there's an item here. I don't think so. Route 46, we can only go so far here, can we? The first Pokemon we can find is a Spearow, and in my honest opinion, Spearows are better than Pidgeys. I love using Spearow. Spearow is a nice Pokemon. It knows Peck right away, and it has a lot more moves to work with than Pidgey and its evolutions. Spearow and Fearow are really good. And if memory serves me right, if I can train Spearow up all the way to level 24 without evolving it, because Spearow evolves around like maybe level 22, I believe, then I can get Aerial Ace at level 24. And Aerial Ace is a really good move to get. I'm saying this thinking Aerial Ace is in this game. I am not looking at my notes because I am determined that this is right. And if it's not, then editor me will tell me otherwise. But Spearow is a really good Pokemon. It's a little fragile, like I said. It's just, you gotta be careful with it. Its defenses are lower, and if you face up to any rock Pokemon or any rock types, you need to be careful because Spearow will go down like a down jet. Anyways, yeah, it's a good Pokemon. Next Pokemon is Jigglypuff. Wow, Jigglypuff is so amazing, guys. Yeah. But I cannot find it in Pokemon Crystal. You can only find this in Gold and Silver, and it is a 5% chance. So even if you have Gold and Silver, it's going to take you a while to find a Jigglypuff. And even if you find a Jigglypuff, it's going to be kind of weird because it's a normal type and it doesn't really know a lot of stuff. And I don't know. Jigglypuff is kind of weird for me. I like Clefairy a lot more than Jigglypuff just because of Metronome and whatnot, but that's just me. It's just a fact of opinion. If you like Jigglypuff, go for it. It's a good HP Pokemon. It's a good HP buff. That's what I meant to say. The next Pokemon is Geodude. Oh man, Geodude is going to be very useful when you're going up against the first gym, especially if you have a Chikorita. If you have a Chikorita, I highly recommend that you pick up this Geodude and say, hey man, I gotta use this real quick, and just chuck it at a bird or whatever you want to do. Geodude is very good. I don't even think you need to train it up to have it as a dependable Pokemon. You could just catch it and use it, maybe, possibly, maybe not, I don't know, but if you want to train it up to make it no rock throw, then go right ahead. And it's also a good Pokemon when it evolves, and also evolves again. The only problem is, Golem is a trade evolution. And that is probably the only reason why it turns me away from Geodudes, because I can never evolve it fully. I can never use it as full potential. I'm just not going to use it. So, if you have a friend, you can definitely go ahead and just trade it and get a Golem. Or if you have 2 Game Boys, then you can do that like how I did when I was a kid. Okay, we're gonna step away from that. and next, and also last Pokemon is a Phanpy. Phanpys are not bad, but they have a 5% encounter rate, and you can only find it in the morning. For whatever reason, you can find it in the morning. I don't know why in the morning. Not in the daytime, not in the nighttime. I can understand nighttime, but not in the daytime. I don't understand that. But you can find it in the morning. And even if you find it in the morning, it has a chance to run away from you because it just doesn't like you. And on top of that, it's a level 2. You can only find it as a level 2. So you can accidentally kill this thing if you're not careful. It's annoying, but it's a really nice Pokemon to have. It's a ground type. The only other ground type you would find would be a Geodude, but Phanpys, they're a lot more dependable in my opinion. So we're done there. I wanted to catch something there. I was thinking about a Spearow, but I'm not too sure. I'm still thinking about it. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it off here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And about my Nuzlocke, I know I talked about this like last episode. I want to say this. There are a few series I want to point out that you can watch for Nuzlocke stuff. There is a versus Nuzlocke with SSB Lucario and Metamech that you guys can watch. And I think they're on the 7th or 8th episode as I'm talking right now. I don't know if they released one right now, but they are pretty much very far ahead of me, and I kind of made it my little challenge to catch up with them with this walkthrough kind of. But I don't know how far I'll get with them after they finish. But who knows? It's just a me thing. I like doing that. Another randomized Nuzlocke you guys can look into is Raspberry Heel's Nuzlocke randomized. He just started. I think he's on episode 2, and I think he's at Dark Tunnel right now, like where he stopped. So that's also another good randomized Nuzlocke that I recommend watching. So it's just in case if anyone's just like, oh, I want to watch some Nuzlockes, then go right ahead. Those are 2 Pokemon Crystal Nuzlockes, and I believe they're really good. So again, next time we're gonna be going back to Route 30, and we're gonna be going up there. Also, I'm gonna be catching that Spearow, by the way. I kind of changed my mind. I will catch that Spearow. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.